Hello everyone. Hopefully I am live and it is working. We'll give it a few minutes for people to trickle in before I get started. I'm going to have the chat open on my phone so I'll be able to see if anyone tells me anything. Hopefully take requests for maybe champions to play. That's always fun. Last week I had a bit of a hard time when it was requested I play Kog'Maw, but that happens to the best of us, and hopefully today I'll be able to redeem myself in that situation. I have been practicing quite a bit on the ADC front. But yeah, so hello everyone and welcome to the stream. I'm going to start off today's stream with a bit of an exercise, specifically a hand stretching exercise. I wanted to start the stream off with a hand stretching exercise just because of how important it is to keep, yourself and your physical well-being in check when you do a lot of video games. So just to get started, I will be doing the hand stretches into my webcam over here. Hello everyone. And I'll just do a quick explanation of each of the stretches and how they help. So this hand and wrist exercise is something that I teach my students in practices to do twice between each game. League of Legends games are particularly long, so it's good to stretch in between them just because of how hard you're working your hands for like 40 minutes straight sometimes. So the first move is a simple fist. You just do it like this. Hopefully you can see that, everyone on stream. And you do it in order of how I show you. So it's kind of like a little dance. You do fist, and then open palm, closed palm, open again, and then table, which is a kind of a weird one, but it's good at stretching this like ridge right here in the hand. You go down like that, and it also stretches the back of your knuckles right here. This is what we call table. And then claws next. This is really good for getting the front knuckles rather than the back knuckles. And then half fist is a little hard. Some of my players have a hard time determining what's fist and what's half fist. Half fist is where you can see your nails. Your nails aren't dug into your palms. So fist is this, and half fist is this. And then we go back to fist. So I'll do it one more time. So fist, open, closed, open, table, claw, half fist, fist. And you do that on both hands at the same time before and after every game twice. And that's just, especially for League of Legends, it's important because, again, of the length of the games. But with that being said, I'm going to settle in. I'm going to play some ADC today. I do have someone in my party with me, just because, it's so much more fun to play League of Legends when you're with someone. I don't know if they're going to stay in the party or not, but we'll see. You're ready? And so if anyone has any requests, do tell me. Hopefully I'll play a champion that I know a little bit more about, although the basic of ADC, ideas and ideologies can be the same across the board. I think something that I kind of reflected on from last stream, I don't know how many viewers are in here from last stream, is that even though I was requested to play Kog'Maw, I could have taken the chance to look at my team comp and explain, hey, Kog'Maw isn't good right here. And part of that is when you're playing Kog'Maw, he's such kind of a low win rate champion anyway. He's a lot of a speciality champion. If you see him played, he's mostly played by Kog'Maw mains. And you really want to play with a Lulu. Lulu's one of the best supports to have when you're playing Kog'Maw. I'm not getting a reply, so I'll just get right into it then. Play some ADC. I'm thinking of playing Kai'Sa, although Kai'Sa is a C-tier champion according to a few of the websites I use to kind of look at runes and matchups and counters. Personally, I still think she's very strong, especially just with her scaling. She's also a really good champion if you have a hard time CSing. CSing takes a lot of kind of skill to know when to last hit the minions. So Kai'Sa's really good with her Q for cleaning up minions. It is, however, tempting to push when you play her, just because you see all 3 minions in a caster line are low, and you're like, oh, I really want to hit Q and get all that sweet gold. So she's a hard champion to kind of play passive with, just because of the temptation there is to push. If depending on who ends up on the other team, I might play Caitlyn. Caitlyn's also a strong pick, and a really fun one too. She's good, kind of the opposite of Kai'Sa. Very easy to play safe when you're Caitlyn, because you can play under tower and still reach minions that are just out of tower range, so you're not in trouble when you're CSing under tower. If I am gonna play Kai'Sa, I will definitely ban Tristana. Tristana is one of the hardest counters to Kai'Sa because of her ability to jump right into the action. It's never fun to deal with that, and you can't really escape her. If she decides she wants to get on you, she will get on you, which is different because with Caitlyn you have the ability to escape with your net maneuver. Okay, they have some pretty good bans. Not mad at all about that Hecarim ban. Hecarim can be very annoying to play against. Yes, this person in the chat just reminded me, you should always try to have your chat muted. I think it is muted, but it can't be muted in... Yeah, it can't be muted in Champ Select, which actually is it's an interesting thing, because you'll want to connect with your team and say, hey, we need a tank, if no one went tank or something like that. Obviously communication's important, but sometimes Champ Select can be one of the most toxic places. So they have a Kha'Zix and a Tryndamere, so it's looking like I'm probably going to build Immortal Shield Bow. I don't think that changes my pick, necessarily. I think I'm still going to go with Kai'Sa, especially because when she hits her E evolve, she can go invisible, and then Kha'Zix won't be too much of a worry for me. I'll be able to escape. Tryndamere, he's always annoying for an ADC to deal with, so I'm not too concerned about that. I also got a Rel support, which will be really fun to be able to get good ults in. Just hop on the enemies once she CCs them. They picked Alistar, which is a really smart pick, and also a really good pick for Kai'Sa. If I wanted to have a support, I would either go Rel or Alistar, would be my first ask. They did go Ezreal with Alistar. I'm not sure how much synergy that team has, mostly because Ezreal doesn't have really any engage, in a sense. He has his E to escape, and he can use his E to engage or chase down someone, but once he uses that, he has to wait his Q cooldown to do damage again. Which, late game, no big deal, the cooldown's basically irrelevant, but early game, it should be ours. It just depends on how aggressive this Rel is going to be. And seeing as Rel is not duoed with me, I don't have that communication with her to say, hey, let's back off or let's go in. So we'll see how it goes. That's the problem with solo queuing, is you never know what you're gonna get support or jungle wise, especially when you're ADC, just because you rely on them so much for ganks and just general in-lane support. Their team's looking pretty, it's AD heavy, so I'm gonna definitely try to build armor. Let me check my runes, make sure I'm happy with them. Yep, I'm all good with those, and I'm ready to go. I'm ready to get right into it. Okay, we have an interesting rank. We have a plat in here, so that will be fun to play with a support who is of a high rank. Let's look. She's also M7 on Rel, and Rel did recently come out, so that's interesting. Other than that, it's looking like it's a pretty even match mastery-wise, although I always say mastery doesn't really tell the tale about a player. So never really rely on mastery to tell you how a game is going to go. It's really hard to predict how a game is going to go. especially in a game like League. Alright. Now that we're in the rift, I'm going to make sure my posture's in check, I'm going to make sure I'm comfortable, and we'll just get started. I'm going to go Doran's Blade. It's recommended. Some people like going Tier. I just like the extra damage. I also don't often build Mana Immune on Kaisa anymore, just because of her changes in the recent patch. That Lux might send a Q blindly this way, because it's, it's not rare that ADC will stand here for a vision of this route. That was a really good play by Rel. The patience that she had. That was very, very good. I'm not gonna back. If we hadn't continued that fight, I would have backed and grabbed a longsword just because of the extra 350 gold and the extra damage that will do for me. But instead, I'm going to stay and leash this Nunu just because minions had spawned at the exact moment that I had wanted to back. So it's just a timing thing. It was important that the Rel backed though. She wouldn't make too much of a difference in this leech speed, and she was also fairly low health, and I didn't want her to start lane that way. I'm also okay if I don't get, I think I might make it in time to get the first 3 minions. It's okay if I don't, just because I got that 400 gold early kill, but I do make it in time, so it's looking like the odds are in my favor. I'm gonna ward this bush because Alistair is a kind of a lane bully. He's a lot like the Renekton of bot lane. I did flash to kill the Lux, so I am at a flash disadvantage. I think it was worth it. One of the things that was dangerous there about me flashing is that because I'm not in a 5-stack, or even a duo, there was no communication that, hey, I'm the ADC, I want the kill. So I could have ended up wasting that flash and not getting the kill because Rel ignited. And Rel would have gotten the kill, or even like the Kha'Zix. So that would have been a wasted flash. But it worked out in my favor to be aggressive. But that's just, another thing, another example of how communication can be so incredibly important on a League of Legends team. On any team, really. You can see why I like warding that bush, because Alistair's and other, even Rels too, if there's a Rel on the enemy team, they like that mid bush just to sit in there and get ready to hop out at any moment and CC you. Okay, we have the level 3 advantage. Rel is not level 3 yet. Hopefully this next minion will get her there. Okay, he CC'd, but I think we win this trade if we keep going. That was good. I just pop a health potion just to keep myself nice and healthy, but we definitely won that trade. The one thing about Alistair that is often forgotten, because he's not, your typical enchantress, is he does have a heal move, which is something to keep in mind when you're playing against him. You can consider buying executioners, though it's obviously not as strong as a Soraka or any enchantress that builds Moonstone in lane.
I can make a difference.
I'm gonna ward this bush right over here. Just real quickly. We see Kha'Zix in the mid lane headed bot side, so we should keep that in mind.
A moving target lives longer.
He could be going for that scuttle. We do have Nunu here to help if something goes wrong. Oh, I might. Okay, good. She had a stack for that. I'm gonna go help this Nunu. Might turn on the Ezreal here. He does have that escape. See, that's the escape I'm talking about. ADC with a free flash, like when you go Gale Force, or end up going Gale Force in the, once you can afford it. Super annoying.
Forgive me this hour. It's so very.
Okay. Gonna clear this wave. Trying to get them to back so I don't have to pop a cookie for mana, but I might have to.
Albeit small.
Another thing too, when you're playing against really any skill shot champion, but in this case I'm thinking of it because it's Ezreal, try to change up the way you dodge. Once they catch on that, like, oh, she always dodges toward going going bot, or headed this way, they'll start shooting it that way, and then you can start, doing the opposite of that and start going up. And just change it up, because it is easy to get predictable. I'm popping a cookie just for the mana because it looks like they're definitely not going to back anytime soon, and I don't want to have to give up a plate. Okay. This Alistair, hopefully he gets aggressive and starts to want to dive under turret. He'll get to the point where he can do that, but when he ends up doing it, we can then take advantage. Ezreal might be? He might not. Nice. Oh, Twisted Fate came in. Nice. Good job, everyone. Really good job. That was really well coordinated. The Twisted Fate allowed us to get that kill on him. And the Ezreal make him even further behind. I'm going to be a little greedy and stay for a plate just because I know it's going to take them a while to get back into lane, and also their Kha'Zix is not near. But I'm only going to stay for one plate. Don't want to risk it too much. Their Kha'Zix just killed Twisted Fate in this area, so I just gotta be aware. Hopefully he doesn't sneak anywhere. I do have the Nunu kind of puppy guarding me right there, which was nice. I think I'm gonna go Kraken Slayer rather than Gale Force, even though the mobility is super fun to play with. I think it's just, this will just suit me better. In the long run with an Alistair Tryndamere on their team, Tryndamere can get pretty tanky towards the end of the game, not necessarily health, depending on how he chooses to build. They used a lot to get Nunu, so I'm not concerned. That was not worth it for them. They might get Dragon off of this, maybe. We don't have vision on it. Kha'Zix can likely solo.
This world is changing.
The flash by me was unnecessary for sure. I could have used it to chase the Ezreal, but it ends up working out in my favor anyway. Alright, that was a really good play. Thanks everyone to support. The peels I got from the mid and the support were really nice. I did flash a little bit scaredly, like a little scared that I was going to get caught up in CC. I could have saved my flash and still have hung on to it for now. Not the worst though, not the worst thing in the world. It worked out well. Alright, I'm gonna hit up Kraken Slayer. Almost can get Berserkers. I'll just pop another control ward in my inventory really quick. It's always important to every time you back, if you have the inventory slot and the money, a control word's never gonna hurt. It's a really helpful, useful tool. Also, actually, what level am I? When I get to level 9, I think it is, I'll definitely grab a blue ward. That's something that me as a coach, something that I'm working on personally. It's really easy to forget, especially with the new inventory layout, to buy a Farsight. And I know for supports feel the same way. Sometimes it's really hard to remember to buy an Oracles just because you want to get back to lane as soon as possible to help your ADC. They're doing Dragon, which is pretty good. I'm going to plop a control word in here. I don't think they really need our help. Yeah, no. We're good.
Stay alert. Stay aggressive. Monsters are everywhere.
Alright. Kraken Slayer is super fun to use. Just feels really powerful when you have it. I think we would win an engage, especially because I have my ult. Nice. Okay, that worked out. Yeah, when you have the item advantage, you really need to use it. It will just end up getting your enemy further and further behind. So you shouldn't be really scared to engage unless you know there are junglers nearby. I don't know. I wasn't actually looking at the map, which is a no-no. Definitely always look at the map. I didn't see where the Kha'Zix was in that engage, but we ended up winning, which was good. If Kha'Zix had come, it may have been we both died but got 2, and either Kha'Zix lived or one of them lived. Which would have been a worse trade for us, just because I have such a big shutdown. Okay, I'll go boots. Next, I will build Collector. It's always good when you have a Kha'Zix to try to get that, so you can kill him before he kills you. Especially when you're playing ADC, it can be really scary. You never know where a Kha'Zix is going to be. Same with the Rengar too. It's good. Collector is just kind of a insurance policy. Twisted Fate's coming in. Love the help that we're getting in lane this game. Every now and again, you'll get those random normal cues that the whole team just clicks, and you do really well. So I'm really satisfied with the team play going on here. The top is in a little bit of trouble. However, I see the Ribbon 04, so Nunu, I think he made the right choice. He didn't get those early ganks on her, and so now at this point, if he had gone top now, he likely would have ended up dying to the Tryndamere and only serving to feed him more. So he had to make the hard choice that sometimes gets junglers flamed, is to just funnel the ADC who's doing well. It will get a jungler flamed because people are like, hey, why aren't you helping me? I need the help. But sometimes the lane is just too far gone and you have to wait until late game to get the top lane back in it. I'm not gonna ult here, I'm already on these people. Take a quick raptor, and push mid, I guess. I could back. Yeah, actually, I am going to choose to back instead. Grab an item. I think. Can I get collector at this point? No, I can't. So I'll grab this and this. Almost there. Oh, I see that I have 2 wards in my inventory, which reminds me. Switch over to Farsight. Ezreal's still bottom, and I don't know if Twisted Fate is going to switch lanes with us, simply because we're not communicating. Nunu looks like he's got it under control, though. Yeah, I think the Nunu wins this fight, unless the Ezreal can get away if he has summoners. Nunu turns away, because Ezreal used Flash. I want to start being where I can join team fights rather than hanging out in a lane. So I'm going to head mid-side. That was really clean. That was a really good Twisted Fate ult into the stun card. That's something that is just a classic Twisted Fate move. If you're gonna teleport on Twisted Fate or use your ult to engage, always bring stun with you. Have it up and ready because it just can change the tide of a fight. Or even just advance the fight further. You saw they were running away, and they probably would have gotten away without the CC. I don't think we would have dived them under tower. So, worked out well. Nunu solo dragon too. We have just really good map control right now. Nunu might die here because of the isolation that Kha'Zix has. We might be able to get to him. If not get to him, get behind the Kha'Zix and kill. Kha'Zix is greeting for that. Didn't even have a chance to help because our Twisted Fate is that on top of the stun cards. Love to see it. We got the Rift Herald. Tryndamere is on the Nunu. Maybe we can help him out. I'll ult in. Actually, I don't think I need to. Because again, Twisted Fate. Yeah, this Twisted Fate's a great character to have with a Kai'Sa. His stun cards are just on top of it. I can engage. Uh-oh. Kha'Zix is here, which changes things. His isolation damage. We get out, which is good. No one got my shutdown. Also good. I'm gonna pack really quickly. Hopefully grab an item. I think definitely get collector, and then I'll start building Rubens. Yeah. My E is evolved now, so I should be good in team fights. If I start to get low, I can dip away and then lifesteal from the edge of the fight with my invisibility. Okay, good dodges. We have some good sidestepping of Lux ults. I know Lux ult can be pretty hard to dodge, honestly. You'll think you're in the clear, but you're actually just not quite there yet. And you're still within her lines. That's something too that bad habit I don't recommend doing to any of my players. Definitely try to save the W for a kind of confirmed hit. Unless you're checking a bush to see if there's someone in there. Just because it makes it a lot easier for you to finish off a character that's running away. And it also helps you with your engages. Tryndamere obviously pushing bot. He's doing the split push strategy, which is recommended when your team is losing by this much. You may as well try to get towers and out pressure. That worked out. He didn't expect the invisibility, I don't think. And I also had my support there to help me out if things went awry. And that's just all on vision control. He didn't know it was two of us there because we had the control word in that bush. Now I will back. It was a bit greedy pushing up that far, but we saw Tryndamere wasn't going to be able to make it to that fight, that quick engage. So. Okay, next up I'll probably build Mortal Reminder, just because of the Tryndamere. Definitely want to make sure he cannot heal out of a fight, which, you know, notorious Tryndamere for escaping a fight that he definitely shouldn't have escaped just because of his lifesteal and ultimate. So hopefully my executioners will shut that down.
Exploit their mistakes.
Alright.
Spared for a reason.
Try to help out in this fight. Okay, hopefully... I can get right in the middle of this fight because I know I have the damage to survive. So,
15 and counting.
they're gonna keep chasing the Alistair, which, you know, it's fine. I'm not gonna, I think they can do this dragon without me. I'm gonna back for some quick items. Alright. I have enough for an item, executioners. Unfortunately, I don't have the inventory space quite yet. I could sell my Dorans, but I like to hang on to that until it's last item time. I stole that kill, but at this point I think it's okay. We're all very fed. The one thing that we should be scared about, even though we're so far ahead, is the comeback potential with the Tryndamere. Just split pushing and wiping out a team. He's obviously split pushing right now, and he could win just, you know, by that fact alone. Doesn't matter how many kills you have if you don't have the objectives to make up for it.
Oh, trees. How I missed them.
I'm almost at an item. Actually, you know what? I'll turn around and buy it. Because I can afford it. Sheesh! I know, Coach Jesse in the chat, the time that you don't duo with me, I pop off. The time that I have one viewer, I'm popping off. But when I play Kog'Maw and get 0, 5, 7, I have 12 viewers or something like that.
This skin lives on me.
Maybe I'll hit someone? No. I could have aimed for the Ezreal. Tryndamere is just in our base. Again, like I said, kills don't matter if you have a Tryndamere who just keeps split pushing.
Stay alert.
I backed in a really silly spot. But I survive. Rel support with a Kaisa, incredible. The turnaround back into a fight is just so satisfying with her combo that I can use with my ult. Nunu is currently dying to Baron, but it's fine. Ezreal might steal this if he's slimy. They don't have vision though, so we're good. Alright, I'm gonna sell Doran's Blade. I kind of want to go Guardian Angel for the res, but they have CC if I get revived, so I would probably die as soon as I respawned, so I'll go with Lifesteal instead. That's something too. I see a lot of ADCs build Guardian Angel because they're so far ahead, and they want the ability to come back into a fight after dying. But sometimes the CC, especially with a Lux and Alistar, whew, the Scorch almost got me. I think we can end here because we have the Baron, and they're not up for another 17 seconds at least. See, that's another thing, a good example. I know this game probably wasn't fun for Riven to play, being 1-9, but Nunu made the right call by helping me out in bot lane, me and Rel, just because Riven was already so far behind. I don't know if we end here. We're being a bit greedy, especially with the Tryndamere. I did kill him before he got the chance to pop his ult, or his ult had just ended. Wow, the Ezreal kill on me. Unfortunate way to end my streak is just being sniped by an Ezreal ult, but it's alright. I'll grab this. I think that was greedy. They were all up. We didn't have Rel. They're pinging me. Of course I have chat off, so I have no idea what they're saying to me, because I assume it's not a bad thing. I can hope it's not a bad thing. I have faith in my team. They're probably saying it was unlucky. They're getting dragon. It's their first dragon, denying us soul. It is Cloud Soul, no biggie. We can give that up. Again, the Tryndamere just kind of ruined our base. I think it's because of the Tryndamere split pushing we weren't able to end there. I also think I could have possibly been more aggressive. I'm stronger than I give myself credit for. Especially with the invisibility. Kaisa is one of those characters that doesn't have to buy Duskblade, you know. She can kill and then hit E and have that ability to not get targeted. I'm confident about fighting alone if I get 1v1 by pretty much anyone. Maybe Tryndamere could win. So I'm just gonna push out bot wave so we don't have another situation where one of our teammates backs. Because I think that back to stop the wave is kind of what screwed us up in the end. I'm not too overly concerned though. I think we can still win this just because of the gold difference. And now that this wave is no longer pushed in. Oh, Riven is in there.
I will not.
Alright, I think this is where the game ends. Oh, poor Riven got Alistair'd into their base. Alright, good first game. How long was that? Hopefully I have time for another one. Looking at the time, it looks like I do have time for another one, which will be really fun. Yes, we'll get an F for Riven in the chat. I'll also give her an honor for sticking with the game. I know how hard it is to be the one player that's behind on a team simply because of the character matchup. So totally understand that. I'm glad she stuck with it. Lots of space groove tokens for that one. GG. Very good game. I always like to say GG to the teams that I play with. Alright. I'll just get right back into it. I don't know if I'm going to play Kaisa again. That did feel really good. It's always interesting. You'll play a game with a champion that you do really well in. And then it feels like always the second game you play you don't do as well. Which it might just be burnout, inadvertent burnout. So I don't know if I'll play Kaisa again. Try to change it up. Got a friend request. I'll accept it. Tambourine King. I think that was the support I was playing with. Maybe they'll want to queue up together. I don't see why not. I won't ever call them or anything. But I do like giving people a chance who add me as a friend. Don't know if they'll want to play again or not. I'll just hop right into a queue. I think this game I might play a bit of Caitlyn. I'm feeling a bit of Caitlyn. I did get her newest skin, so you know, you want to get your money's worth out of it. Or Sivir. Sivir's super fun, especially wave clear. She's also climbing in the relevancy of League, I feel like. She's always been relevant in a high elo, but in the lower elos, like with where I play, you don't see her a lot, and I think she could be really powerful if more people played her. Her late game wave clear is incredible. You really don't have to worry about split pushing if you have a Sivir to clear those waves. She's also just super strong at killing people under tower too. Throw that, hit them on the way out, and then on the way in, and you kill them under tower pretty easily. I am a first pick bottom, not the worst. I should go with a safe pick, not someone easily countered. Maybe I'll go with Caitlyn. She's just a lot of fun. Who am I going to ban this time around? It's never fun to play against a super mobile champ when you're playing Caitlyn, or someone who can chase you down. So like that's an Ashe, not that she's mobile, but her abilities will slow you down. So maybe we'll do Twitch is generally annoying in all stages of the game, so I'll just get rid of him. I also need to change my runes to something different really quickly. I am going to walk in Caitlyn, and then I'm going to go over to window capture and make it invisible for just a second, just because of the inappropriate typing in chat. I don't want to have that shown on stream. It's unfortunate. I don't know if there's a setting that you can get rid of lobby chat or not. So unfortunately you won't be able to see me change my runes. But Caitlyn runes, I can read them off to you if you're interested in what I like to use. I'm gonna go leaf with the tempo of this game, and then get some... I'll go Inspiration Secondary with Boots and Cookies. They have a Xerath. They have a lot of magic damage actually now that I'm looking at it. You can't see it because I have it hidden. They have a Malzahar, Xerath, and Karthus. So I think I might go a magic resist rune. That might be the play. They have a Lucian, so he does a lot of AD. but assuming it's Zareth support, I think I'm going to take the magic resist. He can poke me more than I'd like to let happen. As soon as we start loading in, I will, don't worry, I'll show the game capture, so don't worry about that. Okay, we have 18 seconds left. Champion select. Their team is Malzahar, Zareth, Karthus, Yorick, Lucian. We have Viego, Yuumi, Gangplank, Lysandra. So an interesting team comp on both sides. They have a Yorick who is going to be super tanky, probably going to be hard to deal with in the late game. We do have a Yuumi. She should be fun to play with in lane. She'll be able to keep me alive. I wouldn't say Yuumi Caitlyn's necessarily the combo you would normally see. Especially because I don't really have an ult that can take advantage of Yuumi's ult. If it was a Yuumi Misfortune, that is a really good combo, whether you get the Yuumi ult, Misfortune ult. Same with Misfortune Seraphine too. But still not bad at all. Always fun to have a Yuumi on your team who can just out-heal the damage that is dealt to you. Overlord Malzahar. Pretty interesting skin. I've actually never seen it, I don't think. And I've played League a lot, and I don't think I've seen it. Maybe it's a rare legacy skin or something like that. Alright. Looking here, we have TP advantage with 2 TPs over 1 TP. York's an amazing split pusher though, so that might be hard to deal with in the late game. But we did win against the Tryndamere who was split pushing last game, so I think we'll be all set. I do like that bot lane has matching skins, Caitlyn and Yuumi. That's always fun when that happens. It almost adds to the team bonding, right? When your entire team has matching skins. Alright. I doubt they're gonna invade. They might, but I'm not so sure. They don't have the CC, neither do we, so I think it's gonna be just kind of a boring start of the game, no fights. Zareth might come up and try to get the poke just because of his range, but we'll see. Okay, Viego is gonna start down here. He's just warding up there. Come closer so Yuumi can attach to me. Perfect. Alright. Yep, it always feels like when there's not an invade, the beginning of the game just takes so much longer. Like, minions spawn so much later. It just feels like that, because there's no action going on. But we'll leash him. I'll probably go the safe way to lane. Zareth could have started his stun, so I don't want to risk face checking him. Alright, that was a pretty long leash. I might lose some minions for that. Maybe not. I think I'm good. They are not showing, so they could also be leashing the red buff, which is interesting. I would think that they would, Carson would start blue. Oh, but they're here. Maybe they were trying to fool. I like the in-lane wards. Some people don't. I like them just because of poke champions who can hang out in a bush and get surprise pokes or surprise stuns. Okay, he's pretty low. I don't know if... I think we won that trade, maybe. I would want to do more damage to him before he can heal up too much. Nah, my Q did not reach, so I think he's just gonna be all set to match me next fight. Nice, some good damage. I think I could have possibly flashed to kill. Don't want to risk missing a skill shot though. They got a good level up there, where they got the health back so that my Q would not do too much damage to them. I'm gonna keep pushing. I don't know where their jungler is, but I do have heal. Okay, he stepped in my trap at the right time. He knew I wasn't close enough to get anything off of it, so might as well clear it while I'm not in range, then leave it there for you to forget about. I am missing quite a bit of CS. Ooh! Also didn't dodge that. Gonna eat my cookie. Don't know where the jungler is, so I'm being a bit greedy by staying up so far. But it seems like they're backing, so this will be the last wave that we push. Get this plate and then back off, maybe? Yeah, that seems to be the plan. All that right here. I will go... I guess, another Kraken Slayer game, maybe, would be fun. Or, actually, I'm gonna go Mortal Shield Bow because of the Karthus ult. That is never fun to play against. Karthus is level 2, not actually, it just means we haven't seen him in a while.
Step lively
I'm gonna try to help Viego. Hopefully he brings them this way, maybe?
The world is watching. Stay focused.
Viego is around, so maybe if he could get a gank off, that would be cool. And then we could do Dragon off of a gank, I think. He healed. Perfect, perfect. We won that because of his heal. I get out, luckily I get out. That was a really dangerous situation. I'll drop a control ward. Alright, I think they're backing, so I'll push this wave. Xerath is staying. Don't know where Lucian is. Okay, I will get... Oh, right, Immortal Shield Bow. That's the thing about the recommended page, is that I'll forget to switch over pages and then start building something completely different. I will grab this, just for attack speed. Hopefully I hit level 6 soon and we can start really doing damage to these guys. That was a really good kill on Lysandra. Also, Viego is super great to have on your team. He can be so far behind and then take over the body of someone who's fed, either by accidentally getting a kill, like during a team fight, and just, you know, destroy the competition once he's absorbed that person's soul, or whatever you call it. Especially because he gets the items that they have. So even if it's for a short period of time, I think it's a really powerful ability, and I think having a Viego on your team is a good thing. I'm never mad at a Viego. Okay, he used his ult, so we're in the clear for that. They do a lot of poke damage, so not super. I did not. The Xerath barrier was really powerful there. Saved both of their lives. If he hadn't had barrier, I would have been able to get either or. Either the Xerath would have tanked it and let his Lucian live, or he would have dodged and the Lucian would have died. But barrier, again, really a smart thing to take against a Caitlyn. Not sure where Karthus is, haven't seen him in a while. I'm gonna back, try to get an item maybe. I couldn't back, he was gonna stop my back, so I guess I'll have to stay for a while. I do have heal, so that's okay. I do not have mana though, so that could be an issue. Lucian definitely has ult again. Xerath still has ult, I don't think he's used it yet. I think the Viego is maybe gonna gank. It's possible they have vision in this bush. We haven't checked it in a while. That was Lucian ult. The thing about this Lucian Xerath that's not working in their favor is that they are not playing together. I also do not have R, so... Alright. I'll just clear this wave and then we can back Yumi. Alright, I can get Immortal Shield going. And then I will start working on my boots. It's been a fairly slow game in lane. The trades are too dangerous to, you know, take engages on. They just do super amounts of damage, where Yumi lacks damage. Although she can heal, I don't think it would be powerful enough if we took an engage. I will drop a control ward here. They do not have vision. I think maybe I'll clear this wave and then try to maybe help with dragon. I missed that cannon, unfortunately. Gonna head mid and help get this turret. Great minds think alike, I always say. I don't want to take all of her CS from her, but I do want to push this wave. Unfortunately, Karthus is one of the most annoying champs to play against simply because of his ability to kill you from wherever he is. Again, that's where Immortal Shield Bow comes in handy. Although, it didn't proc then because it had procced earlier. Oh, right. Next I will probably build Collector again. I just really like Collector on ADC. Seems like an essential. I know if Morgana steps in my spell shield, or steps in my trap with a spell shield, I still get the ability to do damage to her. I don't know if the same goes for Malzahar's spell shield, though. Didn't even get the chance. Luckily, it didn't take my bullet, so I have another chance to use my ult. Uh-oh. I died because I got a little too greedy, out of position. The Malzahar was able to get something off of me. Alright, actually Yumi just spawned, so I might want to give her a chance to hop onto me. Oh, she's taking too long, so I'm gonna leave.
I am the best Labrys has chosen.
Alright, Dragon is up soon, so I'm gonna keep pushing in mid. I do have a control ward I can place in the pit. I think we can start this without trouble. Yep. Alright. That stun got me, but it's okay. I had bodies protecting me.
Effort means nothing without results.
Again, the magic damage is a lot. Xerath does a ton of damage to me. I guess I'll back. I can buy pickaxe, grab that.
The world is watching.
Guess I'm gonna go back bot side, maybe push out this wave. Force them to leave mid lane so Lissandra can push.
I chose Labrys as much as it chose
We don't
me.
see them. Yes, Lucian's going bot. They got vision on me, so they do know I'm here now.
I don't give up. Others may have done.
push that wave nicely. Probably gonna head mid-side again, because it's pushed in. Unfortunately, Yorick is kind of reigning supreme over top lane. Top lane, I mean, he's doing a good job in the sense that he's keeping up, you know, with kills and participation, but he just can't keep up with Yorick's pushing, which totally makes sense. I don't think any champion really can. No, Kate Yumi, I definitely don't necessarily recommend it. I know this, Yumi's super great, obviously, for keeping me in lane for longer, but I would prefer if I was playing like Misfortune, you know, to have a Yumi just with that ult combo. This just doesn't feel as powerful as other combos could be, like a Morgana Caitlyn. Uh-oh. Oh no, Yumi! It just doesn't feel like we can get the most bang for our buck with a Caitlyn Yumi. Not that, I mean, a Yumi, you know, I'll never say no to a Yumi, you know, she's pretty good. But there's definitely other supports that I would recommend over her, especially for this combo. It's in the same vein of Seraphine, where they have the same, like, similar ults, CC ults, where if you have a Misfortune, it's over for them. Just the CC combo into her R.
It's orderly at the top.
And Yorick, of course, is wreaking havoc on the other lanes. Wherever he goes, you're sure to either lose a tower or die. But you know, that's to be expected from a Yorick. I might try to... I don't think I could stop him, really. But clear the wave that he's on.
Losing isn't an option.
They got dragon. Luckily it's their first dragon, so it's no big issue. I'm gonna
Let's take a look at the options.
back, grab this. Actually, they look like they need me mid, and I would get there faster if I walked this way. And it'll also give me time to make enough to buy Collector outright. York is backed, so... Heartless just got his back off. It looked like we were doing damage to him. But maybe we weren't. The Moonstone on Yumi is great. If she can't heal because she has no mana, she still has that item. They're definitely gonna push here. They have their whole team. We also have our whole team, but I think they win team fights unless we get a good Yumi Gangplank combo. Alright, I can buy Collector, so I'm gonna back and do that then. Hopefully it will help in team fights. I'll start building Executioners too. Honestly, this has been a pretty slow game. At 30 minutes, you'd think there would be more kills than there are on the board, 11 to 10. Very even in kills. Not necessarily in gold. I think they are ahead because of their objective difference. Lucian's right over here. That was quite a few of their ults that they used there. They're going to Baron, question mark? It looks, York's pushing top at least.
If I don't give my all, the others never will.
Alright, I'm gonna keep going mid. I don't really have an, I guess I could buy Executioners before Dragon fight, but I do have a little bit of time, so I might get some more gold. Actually, Lysandra looks like she wants it, so I'll give that to her. Try to grab Executioners before Dragon spawns. Yeah, I have plenty of time to get there. I don't think it's the end of the world if we give this dragon, if we feel like the fight is going to be lost. It's Cloud Soul, so it's not incredibly useful for anyone on our team, I don't think. It's not like a Tryndamere or anything is on our team. Did quite a bit of damage there. Karthus may have to hopefully pull this out. Nice. Won't complain about a soul, even if it's a Cloud Soul. Again, not a lot is happening. It's like both teams are avoiding fights. Went super well for us. They pushed up too far, and we had the CC to take them down. Woof! They do a whole lot of damage. I guess we have to stop Lucian next. Or actually, Lysandra looks like she needs help, so I'll go up there instead. Viego can definitely handle the Lucian on his own. I don't doubt it. Yeah, as expected, he did. That's a lot of damage. If I don't know, get the replay on that amount of damage that they just did to me. And luckily I stuck around so I could get the shutdown. But that's a lot of damage that his minions do to me. I'll get rapid fire next, perhaps. I think that is a good plan. I think they might win off of the objectives if we don't get a good team fight in. I think our win condition is basically running it down mid with me trying to keep me alive and doing damage. Gangplank 2 does a lot of damage right now. Viego CCing and hopefully stealing the Yorick soul out of all of them. That would be a good soul to steal if we can get a kill on him and then enter a team fight. I think we have to try to get mid tower. We really don't need to stop the Lucian. Have to force Lucian to come mid to us, I think. I don't know, yeah, okay, Karthus built Zonias too, so Caitlyn, if you didn't know, counters Zonias because she can just put her trap right underneath them. I don't have a trap to put underneath him, but it's okay. See, that's why I don't recommend Guardian Angel. It's just super easy to counter. No Kog'Maw this time, Greg, I know. I was like, this time I'm gonna redeem myself by playing a character I actually can physically play. And it went well, I think, seeing that they just FF'd. That's too bad. The stream could have ended at perfectly 7:30, but unfortunately I'm gonna have to end it earlier, and right when G Money joins the chat too. But that's okay. Thanks everyone for coming out for support. Before I go, I started the stream with this, and I'll also end the stream with this. I wanted to do more hand exercises. For the people who are joining us late. So I'll just give it another go. If you stayed here the whole stream, I know my moderator did, you'll get to relearn this, but I'll look right at the camera when I do this too, so hopefully you can see this. I'll do some hand exercises right now. So, like before, fist, open, closed, open, table, claw, half fist, fist. I'll do it again. Fist, open, closed, open, table, claw, half fist, fist. And those are the hand exercises I like doing, especially in between league games, just because of the length of time it takes for a league game to complete. 40 minutes of just sitting, clicking the same buttons over and over again is never good for your hand ligaments or whatever. So, with that being said, I am going to end the stream. Unfortunate timing that Coach Greg came in so late, but I do appreciate you and also Coach Jesse and my moderator for being here and sticking with my stream. Hopefully next week I'll have another one. If not next week, then sometime soon for sure. I love doing this, love playing ADC and giving my advice on it. Maybe next week we can get maybe some duos in here, get a support duo in here. But I'll let you guys know. I'll keep you guys updated. But thank you all for coming to the stream, and I'll